Today I have a double cassette deck. This is a JVC. This one is a, what is this one? It's a TDW60 that was shipped in. It's got a bad tape in it. And it was shipped in with the tape doors taped shut for some reason. Maybe because they don't close. Okay, that tape is kind of broken. Oh, that tape is nicely eaten. What are we gonna find with this? This pinch roller here is, it's got a bunch of tape wrapped around it, as you can see. This machine was a little bit hungry. It looks like the tape may have come apart right at the splice, and maybe the sticky material from the splice stuck to the pinch roller and it just wound, oh, I don't know, 5-10 feet of tape. About 10 feet of tape got wrapped around the pinch roller. Well, we can probably save that tape because it doesn't look to be in too bad a shape. So let's just spool it back into the cassette. And might not be able to splice it though. This is one of these cassettes that's glued together and the other end of it is wound up. But we'll wind the tape back in. This tape might be a lost cause, as we can get the cassette open itself. As you can see, there's no screws. It's been glued together. Anyway, that's beside the point. Let's check out this cassette deck and see what's wrong with it. First things first, on this deck that ate a tape, we're going to pull it apart and see what's going on. And this unit was made in Japan. Well, there it is. Let's power the unit up and see what it does. So on these units, the motors run constantly when they're powered up. We should see both flywheels are spinning, which it is. And there's a fair bit of torque on here too, so I don't know. I don't think the belts are loose. How about this one? Yeah, they got a fair bit of torque on them. So if the belts are probably okay. Wonder why this one ate. Was it a bad tape? That's always a possibility that the adhesive was exposed on the cassette and it caused it to jam. For starters, that transport is just absolutely disgusting. Let's remove the lid so that I can activate with the, actually I might be able to do it just by pressing the switches up here. Oh, these switches will, there you go. So this switch over here on the right side is the one that detects if there's a cassette in or not. So I lift the switch, you can put it into play and see whether it's going to eat a tape or not. It's very dirty. I mean, this is absolutely filthy. Both sides are really sad as far as how dirty they are. The playback side is worse than the record side, but they're both exceptionally dirty. And a dirty tape transport is a good way to have that tape transport eat a tape. Plenty of torque for take up. Let's just try cleaning this first of all and see how far we get by just cleaning the heads and cleaning the transport out, and then I'll try a real tape in it. So I'm just going to take a Q-tip soaked in isopropyl alcohol and we'll clean off the, first of all, clean off the pinch rollers. or the capstans in the pinch rollers. I'm doing the capstan shaft now. It's easy on these because the capstan is running, it's turning all the time. So I just have to hold a moistened Q-tip against the spinning capstan shaft and it'll clean it off. As you can see, that's just basically one of the two. Do the other one now. And I gotta clean those pinch rollers too. That's a lot of dirt. And this other one's still dirty. The other side is still dirty here. Put a bit more tension on there. Clean it off a little better. Having a dirty tape transporter is a great way to get the machine to eat tapes, I'll tell you that much. That's a little better. We'll do the same for the other deck. That's the other one. Now to do the pinch rollers, I'm going to need to put the unit into play and try to do this before it stops, because it will stop when it detects that the tape isn't turning. But we'll just keep putting it back into play and get some more crud off of the rubber pinch roller. This is about as dirty as I've seen a deck in a long time. In the reverse direction, it doesn't stop because the detection unit that detects when the tape reel has stopped turning is on the supply side on these ones, which is a dumb place for it. And you were waiting for me to say it's a dumb design. It's a dumb design. Well, I guess it's a dumb design regardless which side they put it on, because this is an auto reverse deck. If they put it on the take-up side and it was in the reverse direction and the take-up spool stopped, it would still eat the tape. But normally they put the detection on the right side, on the take-up side, so that if the take-up spool were to stop, for any reason it would stop the machine from playing or operating. In this case, though, if the tape is going forward and something causes the reel to stop turning, the deck will not exit the play mode. It'll just continue to go as it eats the tape, because what it's detecting is it's detecting the supply side turning. Of course, if the tape was going in reverse and the tape spool stopped turning, it would stop the unit would stop from playing. But really, it doesn't matter, because they're only detecting whether the spool is turning going in one direction. If you follow what I'm getting at, if your tape is playing in the forward direction and the take-up spool, which is on the right, were to stop for any reason, such as the tape being eaten, or the tape breaking, or the tape tangling somewhere, it would just keep going until it completely jammed the tape like it did, because the supply spool, because the tape is unspooling from the supply spool, it's going to continue to turn, and therefore the tape is going to continue to be pulled off of the tape supply hub in the cassette. If they had it on the take-up side, then it would stop. As you can see, that is what came off those pinch rollers on this side. That is just disgusting. And I haven't even cleaned the heads yet. I'm sure the heads themselves are dirty. We'll get to the other pinch roller over here. I've done the one on the take-up side, but I've got to do the one on the supplied side next. So again, to get that going, I'm going to start it playing, and I'm going to hit the direction button to get it going the other way. There we go. As you can see, it'll continue to run because it's detecting the supply spool. I'll clean the heads as well. Got a fresh Q-tip for this. I'll clean the head before I clean the rest of that pinch roller. The head itself has a bit of dirt on it on both sides. Now that's just the head itself, as you can see. And then I'll just use this one to clean the reverse direction on this pinch roller. I'm just holding the Q-tip up against the side of the rubber pinch roller and letting the roller turn to clean the crud off of it. And as you can see, it's much better now than it was when I started. If you remember how bad it looked when I first started on this head here has a bit of wear. You can see it. You can see the wear on this playback head. But the pinch rollers now are a lot cleaner than when I started on both sides. We look at the other one over here as well. They were a brown color from the oxide off of the tape. And now they're black again, as they should be. So now I'll put one of my own tapes in it, and we'll see whether it's working. Let's see what else is wrong with the machine. Okay, it's playing fine in the reverse direction. And we'll try the forward direction. And it's playing in the forward direction. It's interesting, they call this the A deck, and the one on the left is the B deck. Okay, well that deck is appearing to work. Let's just try the other deck on this side. This is the reverse direction it's playing now. We'll try the forward direction. So that appears to work. We'll check the speed on both of the decks and see how they track up for speed. Okay, we're going to use the good old guitar tuner and a 440 tape recorded on a calibrated machine that uses a quartz lock motor, and it has been certified. And we'll see that we are a little bit low. Actually, we're quite a bit low. So let's just adjust the speed. Our speed adjustments, I believe, are these ones right down in the back here. So we're going to adjust this is the B direction, normal speed. We're going to adjust this to get you're wrong. They got them mixed up. It's the one marked high speed, normal speed. They've got them reversed. Now we're right on. We'll do the same for the other deck. And it's going to probably be the one marked high speed as well. Now I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking, how is he going to do the high speed? Okay, remember I said the tone was 440. So if I put in a high speed dub, it should play at double the speed. I obviously can't calibrate the record deck the same way. I have to make a recording and play it back, and then it'll play back at 440 if I'm correct. But I can check the playback deck. By just putting in high speed dub, I should see 880, and I can adjust the speed for that motor to get it at 880. And then we have to kind of do a trial and error, do some recordings, play it back, do some recordings, play it back, because we already know that the deck B with the recording deck, it's already calibrated on playback for normal speed. So doing the record one is just a trial and error. So if I hit the high speed dub button, this should go up to 8. I guess it's 880. Where is it here? There we go. There. So this should be 880. And it's 857. So we're going to bring this up to 880. There we go. Okay. Now we're recording it at 880. When I play this tape back, when I play the dub tape back, it should play back at the correct speed, because of course it'll play it back at the right speed, but then we don't know if the record deck is going at the right speed, at double speed or not. So if I play this tape back, rewind it a bit, and play it back, we see that we're a little bit high. So that means that we were a little bit slow. So I gotta have to adjust the speed ever so slightly on the record deck and do another test recording, and it's just gonna be trial and error back and forth a bit until we get it right. So remember I said that the controls were reversed, so the one that we're going to adjust this time is the normal speed, because it's really the high speed. This is backwards. So I'm going to just ever so slightly tweak it one way or the other. I'll go down a little bit, and then we'll try a test recording. And we'll play it back and see whether it's on the right frequency. And I can use the guitar tuner for this just for verifying. Still a little bit high. So we'll bring it down a bit more, and we'll do another little dub. So we'll rewind it a bit and play it back. Oh, look at that. We got it. We're pretty darn close. That's close enough for me. I'm going to do a test play and then test record. So here's the test play on the playback deck. Check fast forward and rewind, which is working. Fast forward's working good. Rewind's working good on this one. We'll try the other deck, and I'm going to do a recording. We'll do a dub and a recording. So, play. Reverse. Rewind. Yeah, fast forward. Yeah, that's working. We'll do a dub. I'll just rewind the tape back to the beginning. And we'll try a high-speed dub and a regular, we'll try a high-speed dub, what the heck. This is the recording deck, so let me just rewind the tape back to the beginning. I'll do the same on this one. Looks like this was in Dolby B, this tape, so I'm just going to make sure that I've selected. I don't know that it matters when I'm doing a dub anyway, but where's the Dolby on this thing? Should be a button on here. I know it's got Dolby B and C. Oh, there it is, Dolby B. Okay, so I'm going to do a high-speed dub first. Both decks will start up. Alright, I've finished my recording. Let's rewind it and see how it sounds. Tape has been rewound. Let's play it back. And it'll play back at normal speed, obviously. But it should sound exactly like the original. Which it does. I mean, it's a high-speed dub. It's not going to be as good. In theory, it's not as good. But that's how they ran off tapes anyway. When you bought a pre-recorded tape, it would never record it in real time. They were always dubbed at high speed. So I'll do a recording from the line input and see how it sounds, and I'll play the recordings back directly into the camera. Okay, I put the unit in record pause. Let's just see whether we've got any level. Oh, controls are really dirty. I guess we need to clean that control. Okay, let's do that. So for a minute there I thought I was going to have to tear the machine apart, but as you can see, there's the control right there. You can see the carbon tracks for the actual control. So I can just get in here with some cleaner and give it a shot. Talk about an easy machine to clean the control on. We'll do the same for the balance control over here. Give the balance control a shot and clean it. So I got a track queued up. Let's hit record and play and start the next track. And we'll change the track here just to get something with a little more content in. There we go. Because I'm going to play this back into the camera so you guys can hear how the sound is right off this deck. Alright, let's play it back first using the speakers, and then I'll plug it in. Sounds good through the speakers. Let's plug it directly into the camera. This unit is working, so I think I can safely say that this one's fixed. Wasn't really a heck of a lot wrong with it. Very dirty transport. That was probably the biggest fault on this one, was the transport was absolutely filthy, and that's a maintenance issue that as an owner of a tape deck you've got to do on a regular basis. Like every half a dozen or so tapes, especially if the tapes are older, you got to do that. You got to clean them. Speed was off a bit. We fixed that up. Records and plays fine. So I'm gonna say this one's complete. Don't see anything else. Oh, the record control and the balance control also was dirty. We cleaned that up. But other than that, these decks aren't too bad. Three motor design, and they use one motor to operate the mechanism. One motor for the take up and supply spool, and another motor that's dedicated just to drive the capstan shaft. As you heard when I was playing the tones on them, wound flutter on these is excellent. You know, they were not a bad deck. JVC made some good decks. JVC made some cheap decks. This one here wasn't one of their cheap decks. It was actually built quite well. Not as good as their higher end 3-head decks, but for a 2-head auto reverse dual deck, this one wasn't bad. And it's made in Japan. Construction wise, you can see that it's not built badly. A lot of parts, a lot of components in this one here. The main F up on this one is the controls are labeled wrong. The ones labeled as normal speed are actually the high speed adjustments, and the ones labeled as high speed are actually the normal speed adjustments. So keep that in mind if you're going to adjust the speed on the deck like this. They are reversed. Other than that, I think this one's ready to go back together and get on its way. Okay, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you'll be notified when I publish new videos. And we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.